The CEO of Subaru just announced the US release of a new, fully capable pickup truck with a starting price of just $7,000. If you've been disappointed by truck prices climb past $30,000, $40,000, even $50,000 and wondered whether a practical, reliable workhorse would ever be within reach again, the Subaru Sambar is the answer you've been waiting for. Most people assume that a $7,000 truck means cutting corners on capability, but this thing is showing up with a configurable lineup, genuine off-road hardware, and a cargo bed that puts most domestic pickups to shame. Legacy in a modern shape. 60 years is a long time to build a reputation, and the Subaru Sambar has been doing exactly that since 1961. The truck traces its origins to engineer Shinroku Momose, the same mind behind the Subaru 360, Japan's first mass-produced people's car. His goal was straightforward: take the reliable compact architecture of the 360 and convert it into a working vehicle capable of hauling, climbing, and holding up through years of daily use. What came out was a Kei truck with rear engine, rear drive configuration, and a four-wheel independent suspension setup that competitors couldn't match. While rivals built their trucks around 2- and 3-cylinder engines, Subaru went further. Anyone who's spent time behind the wheel of a small working truck knows how punishing constant vibration gets over a long day, and that's exactly the problem Subaru solved before anyone else in the segment bothered to. The 5th and 6th generation models introduced the EN07 Clover 4, a 658 cubic centimeter inline 4, the only 4-cylinder unit in the entire Kei truck class. Smoother power delivery, a more refined idle, measurably less vibration, those were real advantages. Add selectable 4-wheel drive, an extra low gear, and a non-interference engine design, and it becomes clear why this truck built the following it did. In 2012, Subaru made the decision to end in-house Sambar production, transitioning the nameplate to a rebadged version of the Daihatsu Hi-Jet. The 2027 model reflects that shift fully, riding on Daihatsu's platform now, with a mid-engine layout replacing the rear engine setup that made older Sambars mechanically distinctive. The design reads as more conventional, closer to what you'd expect from the broader Kei truck market. But conventional doesn't mean compromised. What the new generation gives up in mechanical uniqueness, it gains in proven reliability, parts availability, and broad support infrastructure. And that platform flexibility is exactly what makes the next chapter so impressive, because the number of ways this truck can be configured is something most buyers won't see coming. Configurations and adaptations. The Sambar has never been a one-size-fits-all proposition, and the 2027 model is keeping that tradition fully intact. The truck will be available across a wide range of purpose-built configurations, and that flexibility is one of the clearest reasons it's generating serious interest across multiple industries. The standard pickup variant is the natural starting point. Open cargo bed, 3-way folding gate system, ready to work from day one. From there, the lineup branches considerably. Think about how many small property managers, groundskeepers, or golf course crews are currently renting dump equipment just to move material around a site, because buying a full-size dump truck makes no financial sense for the scale of what they're doing. The Sambar dump variant addresses that directly, using an electric hydraulic lift system that handles the vehicle's full payload capacity without any external equipment needed. Refrigerated configurations position the cooling unit below the bed floor, keeping the cargo area clean and accessible, well suited for florists, food vendors, and produce suppliers who need temperature control without sacrificing utility. For emergency response, microfire engine variants come equipped with high-pressure water pumps, integrated hose reels, and emergency lighting, gaining traction with fire departments in wildland urban interface zones where full-size pumpers can't navigate. At the lifestyle end, camper conversions have built their own following. Flat folding seats and optional glass roofing make it a capable micro RV for weekend adventurers who want something nimble rather than a full-size van. But all those configurations only tell half the story, because until you see how much this truck fits into and how much it carries relative to its size, the real utility argument hasn't started yet. Utility. The 2027 Sambar measures approximately 134 inches long and 58 inches wide. For reference, the Ford Maverick runs around 200 inches, roughly 66 inches longer. That gap is large enough to completely redefine what's reachable on a job site, a farm, or a tight urban block. That 58-inch width matters more than most people realize until they've tried to work a larger truck in tight quarters. Vineyard rows, orchard paths, 5-foot gates on a rural property, these are places where a standard pickup doesn't fit, full stop. The Sambar fits. The turning circle tightens down to just 12.8 feet, meaning a full 180-degree turnaround is possible on a narrow trail without any back and forth. Ground clearance comes in at 7.5 inches, and curb weight ranges from 1,600 to just over 2,200 pounds, light enough to avoid the soil compaction issues that heavier domestic trucks create on soft ground. The cargo bed is where the utility picture really sharpens. Anyone who's wrestled heavy materials up and over the tall sidewalls of a modern pickup knows how much easier a low flat platform makes the whole process. The Sambar's bed sits at just 26 to 35 inches from the ground, and the load surface itself is completely flat, approximately 6 feet by 4.5 feet, free of the wheel well intrusions that eat into most domestic truck beds. The three-way folding gate system drops all three sides flat, allowing forklift access from either direction and converting the bed to a full flatbed in seconds. Official payload capacity is rated at 771 pounds, with real-world hauling frequently reported well above that, and towing capacity falls between 1,000 and 1,500 pounds, suited to small trailers, water tanks, or farm equipment. That's serious capability in a very small footprint. But none of it would mean much if the powertrain couldn't back it up, and that's where the conversation gets a little more complicated. Engine. The powertrain picture for the 2027 Sambar represents a genuine shift, and it's worth addressing directly. For years, the Clover 4EN07 was the Sambar's mechanical signature, a 658 cubic centimeter inline-4 producing up to 58 horsepower and 55 pound-feet of torque in supercharged form, with a smoothness no three-cylinder competitor could replicate. It was a legitimate engineering advantage in the class. That engine is no longer part of the picture. With the move to the Daihatsu platform, the powertrain is now coming from Daihatsu's lineup. And for enthusiasts who followed the Sambar specifically because of its Subaru-engineered drivetrain, that's worth acknowledging plainly. Here's what matters for most buyers, though. One of the biggest hesitations people have with a Japanese mini truck is parts availability. Whether they'll find what they need when something eventually requires attention. That concern largely disappears with Daihatsu's powertrain. What it brings is a different kind of credibility, thoroughly tested, widely used, and backed by an extensive parts network across multiple global markets. For North America, the standard Kei market displacement won't clear the bar that American roads set. A larger engine from Daihatsu's lineup will be heading under the hood for the US market. Reliable, efficient, and supported by service infrastructure that makes long-term ownership practical. It won't be a Subaru Boxer. That chapter belongs to the generations before. What buyers are getting is a powertrain built to work, built to last, and paired with a truck ready to earn its keep from day one. That engine gets the job done, but the question that actually determines whether this truck makes sense for the American buyer is the one we haven't answered yet. When does it arrive and what does it cost? Launch and pricing. The 2027 Subaru Sambar is not pulling into American dealerships anytime soon. North American availability is sitting roughly 2 to 3 years out, giving Subaru the runway needed to finalize distribution, navigate regulatory requirements, and get the service infrastructure in place before trucks start reaching buyers. When that launch arrives, the starting price is set at $7,000. Consider what that means right now. Entry-level compact trucks are crossing $30,000. Loaded midsize pickups clear $50,000 without much effort. The UTV market, no cab, no road legal title, no weather protection in most cases, routinely starts above $15,000. For the farmer who needs to reach the back of the property without destroying the turf. For the landscaper working tight neighborhoods where a full-size truck won't fit. For the small business owner who needs a reliable daily workhorse without the price tag. $7,000 changes the math entirely. The Subaru Sambar is coming to North America with 60 years of working history behind it. A platform built on Daihatsu's proven reliability and a configuration lineup covering everything from dump trucks to emergency response units to weekend campers. It fits where full-size trucks can't, carries more than its size suggests. It arrives at a price point the domestic market stopped offering decades ago. 2 to 3 years of waiting is a fair trade for a brand new, road-legal, purpose-built work truck at $7,000. And for anyone who's been priced out of the new truck market entirely, that wait is going to be worth every bit of it. Soon enough, the American market will be overflowed with Kei trucks, and if you want to learn more about other models coming, make sure to start with our next video about Toyota releasing its own $7,000 workhorse. Proven reliability and capability combined with various configuration options make this one of the most desirable Kei trucks around.